Welcome to Elevated Women, the podcast where energetics meets strategy and wealth becomes who you are. I'm your host, Myra Swankotze, subconscious reprogramming master, energetics mentor, multi-seven-figure coach, and Brain's 500 global honoree for my work in conscious business leadership. This space is your portal, a frequency upgrade for the woman who's done shrinking and ready to claim everything she came for. Let's melt the old patterns, rewire your money story, and build a wildly aligned business from your highest self. This is your next evolution. Let's begin. Welcome back to Elevated Woman Queen. Today's episode is a little different. It's raw, in progress, and very much alive. I want to take you behind the curtains into the energy of creation, specifically the creation of two of my sacred projects, my journal and my oracle deck. Now, let's be very clear. At the time of recording this episode, neither of these projects are finished, not even close. The artwork isn't completed, the pieces are still in motion, and yet that's exactly why I wanted to share this with you today. I feel so deeply drawn to share this with you because we often wait until something is polished and ready before we talk about it. But there's something powerful, sacred even, about sharing while it is still becoming. It pulls people into your world in a much deeper level. I want you to step back for just a minute and picture this online world of perfection. Everyone shares only the perfect photos, the perfect videos. Think of Instagram. It's a curated, beautiful space, but yet in many cases so fake. Life isn't perfect. Creation isn't perfect. Life is meant to be messy. That's how we learn, how we develop, how we grow, how we expand. So I don't want you to only start sharing your creations when you think they are as close to perfect as possible. I want you to share your creations and talk about your creations online as much as you talk about the final product. The creation part is so powerful, so energetic. And when you start speaking about that creation part, people get to be invited into a sacred space in your world, in your energy, in your frequency. They get to see how you think, how your energy is developing, how you're creating, and that is so powerful. When we talk about building a business, scaling wealth, or launching an offer, we often think of strategy, timelines, and the external. But at its core, creation is frequency work. And even frequency. It's not linear. It's not perfect. It's messy. And it's beautifully messy. Because that's how we grow, like I said. And that is how your clients and your followers and your network and the people that are meant to come into your world grows, is from your messy experiences. Okay, so my messy or my big mess was my recovery period. And I've had many messy moments and many rebirths. And my recovery period after my fall was a very messy, very painful, emotionally as well as physical time in my life. And a very big growth and rebirth time in my life. So don't be ashamed of messy. Don't be ashamed of what you are creating. Don't be ashamed to share what you are creating. Don't be ashamed that it might change dramatically. If somebody doesn't like the idea that you're changing something dramatically that you've shared before, that's fine. That's their prerogative. Let them not be happy with it. It's not your problem. So I want you to really understand that sharing that messy creation process is so, so powerful. Okay. So the journal and the oracle deck are not just products. They are extensions of my energy. They are extensions that came from a time that was very difficult for me, a messy time in my life. They are physical anchors for what I've been teaching and embodying for years, as well as a lot of learning and healing that came out of this rebirth. So it's a real mixture of different parts of me. The journal is not just a place to write. This journal is a portal. It holds the frequency of the questions asked, the pages turned, the lessons I've learned, the lessons you're going to learn, the ink pressed into paper. An oracle deck is not just cards with pretty designs. This oracle deck is an activator, and I believe every deck that's been created is an activator. Every card is a transmission. When I sat down to birth these projects, it wasn't really going to sit behind the table thinking, what am I going to create? It wasn't because I thought, oh, I need to make a journal because that's good marketing. No, I didn't go and sit behind my desk and say, now I've got to force something just for the sake of creation. These came through a sacred creation that demanded form. They started building inside of me, and they demanded to come out in form. Not the actual product, but what each of them represents and creates. And yes, there's many journals and there are many oracle decks out there. But these ones are my births, my energy, my frequency. So they're different. And every creator's creations are different. Your creations are different and powerful and beautiful. Every single creator's creations are here to serve a purpose. So let them flow out of you, because I know every woman that's listening to this episode, you've got something inside of you that has been nagging to be created, to be given form, but you've been suppressing it. And so this is my sacred invitation to you to stop suppressing that and listen and create and have fun with it and let it be divine and let it be a part of your transmission and your energy and your frequency. And the messier it is, in my experience, the more beautiful and powerful it is. So here's the truth. You know it. The journal and the oracle deck are still in progress. And I have no idea when they will be ready. That's the big thing. There's no date. There's no rush. I'm just enjoying them at this moment. And that's okay. I'm so okay with that. The artwork isn't finished. The final packaging isn't decided. Some days I feel the vision so clearly, and on other days it feels like it slips between my fingers. But this is what creation actually looks like. It's not linear. It's not tidy. I've said it. It's really messy. But those messy ones are the ones that's transmission and transformation is so, so powerful. I'm working on multiple large projects right now, and these two are simply part of a bigger constellation. I don't pressure myself to force them into completion before their time, because I know creation at its highest level has its own rhythm. The old me would have rushed it, pushed it, forced it, created deadlines, and I would have really made my own life a little miserable if I didn't complete it on time, so that I could tick that box. It's done. It's created. But the elevated woman that I became after my fall and after my rebirth is a much deeper kind of woman. One that understands the sacredness of timing, my divine timing. These two products or creations of mine's divine timing. Every single program that I put out there is divine timing. And the divine timing, that meant I had to cut some. Just let go of some of my creations that I have marketed before successfully, but are no longer in embodiment with who I am. I have evolved and became a much more energetic being after this fall. I had the time, and God knows I had the pain, and I felt the rejection from Him very deeply. But the woman that came out of this, the woman that came out of the silence and the rebirth, is a different woman, far more energetically attuned to the rhythm and divine sacred time. So let's go deeper into why I'm creating these at all. Like I said, I didn't just go and sit down and say I've got to birth something for the sake of birthing it. The journal is about embodiment. It's not just blank pages. It's structured to guide you into daily alignment, wealth frequency, and energetic integrity. It's a sacred container where women can meet themselves again and again, day after day, in devotion to who they are becoming and remembering who they are meant to be. This one is very powerful to me. It's part of what I had to go through during my rebirth and previous rebirths, and it's a part of my life, of my lifelong journey. And I have put it together into a way that will really help every single woman day after day, where you will get to know yourself in such a deep way, in such a powerful way, that you cannot help to be completely in alignment with your wealth frequency and your energetic integrity. It's a journal that's going to transform your life and your business in ways that you can never imagine. The Oracle deck is about activation. Each card is designed to hold a specific frequency: identity, wealth, embodiment, audacity, legacy. You don't just pull a card. You enter into a transmission. It is like having a mentor in your hand, except it's not me. It's you. It's your higher self speaking back at you. There's nothing more powerful than that. So together, these creations are about legacy. They are not quick offers or seasonal launches. They are lasting, multidimensional tools that will continue to serve long after my time, long after I'm gone. They are part of the body of work I am leaving behind. This is the piece I want you to take away. Tuning your frequency into something tangible changes everything. When you hold your own oracle deck, your own journal, your own book, or art, you are no longer just talking about your work. You are anchoring it into the physical plane. It's one thing to speak about identity shifts, embodiment, or wealth energetics. It's another to hold something in your hands that carries that frequency. Take a moment and just reflect on that. For me, this is what excites me the most. I'm not rushing this compilation because I know when they will land with power. And for you, I want you to reflect. What is the frequency inside you right now that is asking to take form? Might not be a journal or a deck. It might be a song, a piece of art, a program, or even the way you design your home or your office, your space where you create and work. Creation is not always content. Sometimes it's how you shape your life, how you set boundaries and the values you hold dear and live by. Here's what I've learned so far. And I know that I still have a hell of a lot to learn. And I've learned so much. That's the beauty of this life and why it's so messy. So what I've learned is sacred creation doesn't follow a deadline. It follows divine timing. So stop pushing. Have fun with what you create, especially those very special creations that you know is inside of you, that's been pushing to come out, but you've been suppressing. Let them come out. And let them be projects that follows and flows divine timing. It's okay to share the messy middle. It allows people to connect with process, not just the polished end result. I've written a chapter in a book, in a co-author book, and I've shared a lot about it. I actually speak about my fall and my rebirth, my literal physical fall, my emotional fall. The vulnerability in that chapter is exactly this, a messy middle to everything that unfolded in my life in the last year, or just over a year. It's also where these two very special projects were born, is in that messy something that's happening in your life. Many times we have to have something to break so that something can be reborn, and beauty and power gets created from that moment. Tangible creations carry energy differently. They allow your work to outlive you, and that is extremely powerful. So if you've got a book in your body that's pressing to come out. Write it. Find someone to help you. I know Dina Marie is really very good at this. So if you've got a book that you want to birth and it's screaming inside of you to come out, but you've been pushing it down, get it out. It carries so much and it grows your business. The point is, ladies, that these beautiful, tangible creations that you create from your energy, they outlive you, but they also bring so much to the people who gets them in their hands. They bring change, they bring healing, they bring embodiment. It doesn't matter what it brings, but it brings so much to the people that holds those creations. So you're doing yourself and the world a huge disservice by not allowing those creations to come to life. They change your business and they outlive you. They create your legacy. People will still be using them years after you're not here anymore. Because powerful energy and frequency like that, it's meant to outlive you. You're not meant to die and take it with you. The other thing I've learned, or the last thing I've learned, is you don't need it to be finished to be valuable. Talking about it while it's alive invites others into the journey. I've invited you into this journey of my creation, and they're not finished, but yet I'm sharing about them. And like I said, I've got no idea when they're going to be finished, but I'm sharing them with you. I'm sharing the energy and the frequency with you. And when they are ready and you get them in your hands, the transformations are going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And that is why I'm sharing the messy in between with you while they are not created yet. Because hopefully now, when they are ready, you'll be there for them. You'll be ready for them. And they will help you to transform. As always, I want to leave you with some prompts to ground today's conversation. You don't have to write them down. There's only 3 of them, and I'll put them in the show notes. The first one is, what frequency in me is asking to become tangible right now? Feel very deep into this one. Allow that frequency to come out. It's not meant to die with you. It's meant to carry on years after you're gone. Still bringing your frequency and energy to this world. Number 2 is, where am I holding back because I think it's not ready? Or I'm not ready. Maybe you aren't. And maybe it's time that you become ready for it. What if I allowed my creations to be alive, imperfect, and still powerful? So my journal and my oracle deck are going to be birthed, or in this birthing process, for months, maybe even years. I don't know. I have no idea. I am just working on them as and when the inspiration hits me and in divine timing. And that's exactly where the power is right now, in the becoming. If you take anything from today's episode, let it be this: your creations are sacred, even in progress. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to let the frequency flow into form. Until next time, stay elevated. Thank you for tuning into Elevated Woman. If today's episode activated something in you, share it, tag me, or come say hi in the DMs. And if you're ready to go deeper, head to myriswanekotze.com to grab your free gift or explore the office aligned with your next level. Until next time, own your power, claim your wealth, and rise as the elevated woman you came here to be.